Well, hey there folks, and welcome back once again to the Hop House. It's Eddie here, and it's time for another beer review on our Dark Beer Day. Yes, we're having a Dark Beer Day part 2, so we're going to run through some stouts, porters, and general dark beers. Darkness, everybody, darkness! If anybody gets that reference, it's Dave Chappelle doing Rick James. If you know, you know. If you've just found us here on YouTube, go on, give us that thumbs up. Go on, do it. Like, share, subscribe to this channel. It's the Hop House, hoppy beer, good house music. We're on the beer side, and as I say, we're doing some dark beers. Should we crack on with the next one? Are you ready to get dark and dirty? Okay, so this is another virgin beer review, just like the last one was. And it's from another local brewery, but up in Yorkshire, up north, where we're originally from, like. Don't know what that accent was. That didn't sound like Yorkshire at all. Hey up pet or eat. How's that doing their eat? There you go. That's more like it. We're looking at a brewery, a little microbrewery just outside of York. I've already done a couple of videos on their sort of more hoppy, lighter beers. So I thought I'd do their stout. And that's what we're going to review right now. Do you want to see what we're going to review? Okay, so from Ainsty Ales, just outside of York. There they are, Ainsty Ales, and it's the Ainsty Assassin. Look at him. Scary. Is it him or a her? I don't know. It's some sort of octopus alien thing. It's a 4.9% Oatmeal Stout in a 330ml can. Now, I have to say, I've been really impressed with the beers from Ainsty Ales so far. And I want to do a big shout out to Ainsty Ales, actually, because I did sort of point them in the way of a couple of the reviews I've done. And they were kind enough to put my review of their Cool Citra and share it on their Facebook page. I love that, and they've invited me down to the tap room. So next time I'm up York way, I'm going to Ainsty Ales tap room to sample some of the good stuff right out the tap. So cheers Ainsty Ales. Go check them out, ainstyales.co.uk, or go check out their Facebook. I don't do Twitter or Instagram or any of that stuff, which is probably why I haven't got as many followers as I possibly could. But yeah, Ainsty Ales, I think it's beer and tap room or something on Facebook. Go check them out. Right, should we get this beer out into the glass and see how the Ainsty Assassin looks? Looks like it's, with it being an alien, looks like it's out of this world. Okay. Hoping it's not lively, it's not going to go everywhere. Oh, it's a bit lively, Not as lively as the other ones. So again, then again, maybe it is. These cans have been quite lively, I have to say. But they are... I picked these up 18 months ago when, you know, before COVID, when you were allowed to travel around. And I went to York, November 2019 for my stepdad's 70th. We went around the National Railway Museum. And then we went around some pubs in York. They had the Christmas market on, and Ainsty Ales had a stall at the Christmas market. I tried their Cool Citra in a can. I don't think it was on draft, but I can't really. I've slept since then. But anyway, I tried their Cool Citra. I bought a can of it there to drink, had it and thought, wow, this is wonderful. And then I bought the gift pack. I then left it in my mum's house and didn't see it for 18 months due to the world going into a pandemic. So it's nice to get these beers back. Look at that. Definitely lively. A couple of the others have been lively as well. But I have to say I've been really impressed with Ainsty Ales. I'm just trying to fill some time here while that head goes down a bit. So I was really quite looking forward to their stout. I do like a good stout. I know I do a lot of hop forward beers on the channel, a lot of IPAs and pale ales and hoppy this and hoppy that. But you know, this is a dark beer day, and you do like a good stout every now and again. It's got a heck of a head on it. Let me see if I can just froth off the top. So stand by. I'm not getting the taste of any of the beer here. It's probably just going to be froth. I do with a straw or a flake. Let's see if we can try and top her up. I think I'm going to struggle here, you know. Although I'm sort of getting some... There you go, we're getting some beer in the glass. Excuse me, 5 minutes in. What an interesting video this is, I have to say. I'm really going to gain some new fans with this, aren't I? Crikey. Right, I'm going to keep tipping a little bit more in at a time as I can, as that head dies down. But if you have a look at what we have got in the glass, it's sort of halfway full. It's a darkish beer, but I can see a bit of light bleeding through it, I have to say. It looks like Coca-Cola. It looks like Coca-Cola with a really lively head on it, rather than a pitch black, really dark pitch black stout. It looks more dark browny Coca-Cola colour. But when I jig it about, you can see the quality of it, the way it just sort of bobbles. And although that's a stupidly massive head, which might partly be my own fault for the way I'm pouring it, but also because it's sort of an older can now, so whether it's just carried on carbonating in the can, I don't know. I'm not an expert, I don't work in the industry, I just like to drink beer and chat codswall up on camera about it. I will still say at this point that I've not actually had a taste of any of the beer itself. It is purely just woo, head, and we can just talk all that. What do you want to talk about? I don't want to talk about what's going on in the news, it's a bit depressing. Well, I certainly know what the head tastes like by now. It's very bitter and frothy. Right then, there you go, that's your beer in the glass, 6.5 minutes in. And if I jig it about a bit, you can just see just how sort of wobbly it goes. It's really good quality. It looks superb. I like the way it sort of jigs about in the glass. So we'll do a bit of lace division a bit later on in the video, and that'll be quite good. But yeah, that is how she looks. As I say, it's not necessarily pitch black, more a Coca-Cola style of colour. Excuse me, like a really dark brown compared to pitch black. The head is slightly off-white, but sometimes with stouts the head can be a bit beiger and creamier than this, so this is a slightly lesser shade of darker white, whatever that means. Right, should we get the nose in there? It's time to give it a whiff, see what we can sniff. It's an oatmeal stout. Ooh. Now that's more like it. That smells thicker than the previous beer we did. So I did a Hobson's beer on the last one. It was only 4.3%, so it's not going to have the biggest, thickest body for that strength. But this, now the head's going down a bit and I can really see it jig about in the glass. Yeah, roasted malt, roasted barley. It doesn't smell like porridge or anything, it doesn't smell like oats, but toasted seeded bread, some hedgerowy type hop smell, and maybe a tiny little bit espresso-y, only a little bit licoricey as well. Smells like the cross between. Tell you what it smells like. So this is going to sound really weird, but it smells like you could have a slice of toast, like seeded bread. You've toasted it. You've not burnt it, but you just toasted it. And then you've put a load of blackjack sweets on. Remember blackjack sweets? They were sort of a bit licoricey, bit tangy. It smells like blackjack on toast. Right, should we go for the taste? Don't know where we're going with this. Bottoms up down the hatch. Thank you again, Ainsty Ales, because I've loved your beer so far. So let's see what this is like. Oh, much better. Oh, much better. A lot of flavour in there. That is like a stout should be. That is lovely. I had faith in you, Ainsty. I had faith in you and you've not let me down. That. Okay, the colour looks a bit light in colour, but taste-wise, it's phenomenal. And I'll go through them flavours in a minute, but first of all, I'm going to jig it around in the glass. For all you lacing fans out there, it's time for Lace Division, brought to you by the Hop House. How it laces in the glass. Apologies for the light going back and forth, but look at the quality of it in that glass. It's amazing. And how, when you swirl it around, the bubbles chase the bottom of the head. Like like to call it magic in a glass. It really excites me because I'm sad. So yeah, it laces really well. Right, flavours, as I said. I like doing that. Every time I taste, I should go on my tiptoes. Go out a shot. Oh. A little bit of vanilla. A little bit of vanilla is going down the middle of the tongue, sweetness, to go with the toasted malt that I can taste. So it's now blackjack and vanilla on toast. Although I'm not really getting much licorice in the flavour, which is good because I'm not a massive licorice fan. The mouthfeel, the body's a lot thicker, but then it says it's an oatmeal stout. So when you add oats to a stout, it's like when you add oats to a New England IPA, it thickens it up and it makes it a bit stickier on the mouth, on the tongue, a bit gloopier if you like, a bit really sort of thick and just stays in your mouth. I can still taste it sort of around the sides now. That is a lovely little stout. Now I've swirled it around a bit as well. That licorice smell's sort of taken away. I'm still getting, of course, the seeded toasted bread sort of smell, but I'm also getting the hedgerow hops. So your British hops, so your Fuggles or a Challenger or Admiral or a Goldie, something really traditional, hedgerow, spicy kind of. Smells like a stinging nettle bush or something like that, which again sounds really weird. Yeah, definite vanilla down the middle. Tanginess from the hops down the side of the tongue, little bits of bitterness. Not necessarily the marmalade bitterness. If it was probably a lighter malt, you'd get things like you get with your traditional best bitters or your Spitfire, where you're getting that tart after fruit marmalade sort of tang bitterness. It's not sweetness, but it's that aftertaste of marmalade where it's tart and fruity kind of aftertaste. You're getting tanginess, but because this is made with darker malt, because it's roasted malt, it doesn't allow it to be marmalade in flavour. I think, anyway, that's my opinion. That's an educated guess how my brain's working, because as I said before on the channel, I'm not a brewer, I don't work in the industry, I don't brew my own beer. To me, it makes sense how flavours go. I mean, it didn't. When I first started out 8 months ago, I didn't have a pissing clue what I was talking about, pardon my French. And to be fair, for those of you watching, I probably still don't. Right, let's have a read of the can. I'm quite interested to see what this alien octopus thing's all about. So again, it's quite small writing on the can, so I'm going to sort of squint my eyes a bit. It's not that I need glasses, it's just that the light in here, I've got a window here, as you can see it's coming through, so it's sort of reflecting against, well, it's not really. If I stood there, I could read it perfectly, but then I've got my back to you and that's really rude. So I'll struggle on, it's fine. Right, the top bit is about the brewed in the York Wapentake or Wapentake, I still don't know how you pronounce it. So it was an old, I think it was like predates councils, and it was an area and they had a borough sort of thing, that kind of thing. So that was York Wapentake, we'll say Wapentake, still don't know how you pronounce it. So York-based Ainsty Ales was founded in 2014 by local lad Andy Harrington. It's an artisan craft brewery and tap room located in the medieval York and Ainsty Wapentake. So again, that was the old name for like a borough. An award-winning brewery creating distinctive beers for your delight. Enjoy. Excuse me, that was disgusting. I apologise. Then it goes on about this beer. Deceptively smooth. Ainsty Assassin is a smooth killer of a stout with an oatmeal base packed with oats, roasted malts and barley. Deceptively smooth with a slightly sweet finish. 4.9% oatmeal stout. I get the vanilla through the middle. I get a bit of vanilla, along with the bready sort of roasted malt type. Definitely more hedgerow hop now. That licorice smell's gone, which I'm happy about. Don't know about a sweet finish. It's quite a mild finish. It sort of finishes and is like, thank you, bye bye. But it's not a hoppy bitter finish you wouldn't expect it to be with this style of beer. Well, I don't know, some of them do surprise you. Right, in terms of how I would rate it, I really like that. So it's getting a thumbs up, it's getting 2. It's getting 2 thumbs up from me. So when I do visit York, and I will, and I'll visit Ainsty Ales, I'll make sure I go out my way to go to their tap room. If they do that on draft, probably on keg rather than cask, if they did it on cask, but I will try some. If not, I might just have it out of the can, because why not? It's really nice. I think every beer that I've had from Ainsty Ales has got 2 thumbs up, so it's a cracking little find. And again, thank you very much to Ainsty Ales. I'll stick this review up on their Facebook page as well, just to let them know I've tagged them in it, and I'll tag them in it in the underneath there. That was great. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you again for another beer review. Carrying on Dark Beer Day number 2 right here on the Hop House. Ciao for now, people.